Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I'm in San Diego, so I'm going to be keeping this short because I'm here at an event and I'm really excited. If you haven't heard of it, it's Social Media Marketing World. But before I get into today's topic, which is actually unrelated to social media, let me go ahead and make sure that you can hear me. I Nothing is worse for content creators and those trying to listen than not having your audio on. Unfortunately, I have been there one too many times, and once is more than enough. So I see that I'm live and I can hear myself. Great. Let's go ahead and get started then. Hello. I'm so happy that you're here because if you're watching this, then you're probably interested in learning about Python programming and probably on Windows PC because this is going to be talking to you about how to run Python on Ubuntu, whatever that is, on your PC. So earlier, I don't know exactly when, but I have a blog post on my blog, crosshesheart.com/Windows Terminal, where I show you how you can add a phenomenal app on your Windows machine. It is Windows Terminal. Now, most people have probably heard of the terminal. They think the command line prompt, right? But this app is amazing. Seriously, if you are a programmer, go and get that. Go to this website right here. The first video currently on there will show you what I'm talking about, and I'm just gonna move forward so that we can get going. But seriously, so cool. So today I'm going to sharing with you the next step in this process because if you've been coding, you probably know that you really shouldn't be installing a whole bunch of Python modules onto your straight up personal machine. Now, if it's only your own coding tricks and things like that, it's probably okay. But if you have multiple projects that have different versions, you might be running into problems. So this is another option for you. I've talked about having virtual environments. So again, if you look at virtual environments over on ProcessHeart.com, you'll be able to find more about that. But this is just a little bit different. I still think you should have your virtual environments, but this allows you to kind of step outside of trying to figure out the little specifics that Windows sometimes has. And what I mean by that is with things like Ubuntu or whatever it is, you have Python built in. Now, I'm not going to go into everything today. I'm just going to share with you this quick way of adding Ubuntu on your machine, on your PC, Windows PC, without having to dual boot or have a virtual machine. So how do you do that? First of all, install Windows Terminal. Again, go here to find out how to do it. Very simple, very simple. And let me go ahead and share my screen. Now, what you're about to see, I'm sorry, it's going to be kind of crazy. Ooh, sorry about that. Okay. So we'll just leave this here for now. So when you download Windows Terminal, it allows you to have PowerShell. You can have, oops, I didn't want to open a new tab. You can have the command prompt, which is the traditional terminal for Windows, Azure Cloud Shell if you have Azure on your machine, Git Bash if you have it, and some other stuff. Now, if you don't have Ubuntu on here, this is how you do it. So you will open up your Windows start menu and just start typing Windows app, and you'll start seeing your Windows store. When you come in here, go in the search for Ubuntu, how do you pronounce that? And you'll see the very first one pop up. So what you're going to do is going to click Get, and it's going to go ahead and download this for you. Now, what's going to happen is that once it's finished downloading, which I probably should have done this before this video, but once it finishes downloading, it's going to show up in that Windows terminal. And when I think the Ubuntu version that's installed on there, I want to say it's a version 3 Python. It might be older than that. But again, if you don't have the up-to-date version, I'll do another video on how to have the most up-to-date Python on your machine, which again, if you have virtual environments, that makes it a little bit easier to do for yourself. But that's basically it. So once this finishes and you bring up the terminal, come on. There we go. It'll show up right in there. So it's still installing. So lots of really great things about terminal in this. You have the ability to see different colors in your terminal, whereas otherwise, if you were doing it straight up in your direct Windows machine, then you might have to install certain other modules or certain other changes to your bash file in order to make it look that way. But when you do it this way, and you can also just run Ubuntu as it is, but I like this because there's just so many more options. So again, you come in here. Oh, it didn't show up. Oh, this worked before. Close all tabs. Maybe I have to open it first. Ah, yes, it had to install. Okay, now it should be fine. Windows Terminal. Maybe not. Maybe I have to restart. Windows System for, oh, that's right. So there is, totally forgot about this. There's something called WSL, which is Windows Subsystem for Linux. And so if you don't have that, you'll need to go to this website. Sorry, I forgot I didn't have this on this machine yet. So it's very simple. There are some prerequisites for this, and you'll have to read this to make sure that it works for you. You must have a Windows 10 version 2004 and higher with build 19041 or higher, or Windows 11. So if you have Windows 11, you're good to go. Once you do this, you'll just install it. So you'll go in your PowerShell and type WSL -- install. So I'm going to copy that. This is where you can go in with your terminal, because it straight up starts with Windows PowerShell. And I'm going to paste that. We're going to start this process. Oh, you have to open it up as administrator. So right click, more, run as admin. And then from here, then you can run that. So it'll go through, it'll install WSL. If your machine has the proper requirements, and then once that's done, it should show up in the drop-down menu for your terminal. I'm going to go ahead and let this finish going. Once the live is over, I will, if I have to add anything else to this live, I will do a second one, and of course, add it to that particular site that I was sharing with you before, which is this one right here, Windows Desk Terminal. So I'll put the steps and things like that onto this page for you, since I totally forgot that had to be done before you could actually run that. So this is kind of a two-part video for you, or at least a additional training that I was not intending to share today, but that's totally fine, because that's just how things work. Sometimes new things, this is new for me too. But I wanted to share with you because it's just so exciting, and I've already been using it for a little bit on my machine, and it's just really awesome. So hope this was helpful. And again, if you go to the website that's on your screen right now, I'll be sure to provide all of these URLs for you. Actually, I think I've already talked about this before. So there might be, if you search on my site for WSL, it'll come up. But like I said, this is still installing the portion that I just talked about. So again, go to this website. I'll make sure you have all the information there on the steps that I showed you today. So it'll be a little bit more clear. And that's it. So if you are looking to learn more about Python, not necessarily these little cool tricks and cool applications that you can use, I am doing my Python Basics Bootcamp April 1st. I did this at the end of last year, and my students really loved it, and so I wanted to do this again. I've been teaching Python Basics for several years at this point, and I really believe that in this day and age, this is a skill set that people need to have. Not necessarily Python, but programming. And Python is known as the beginner's language for a reason, and it's used in literally everything in the world. Maybe not everything in the world, but I mean like in every type of field. Like it's in medicine, it's in astronomy, it's in all kinds of stuff. And so if you're interested in growing your skill set, if you're interested in having some one-on-one type of assistance and guidance, then definitely check it out. The super early bird pricing has already ended, so we are currently in the super bird phase. Super bird. We're currently in the early bird phase, and so the prices will go up soon because April 1st fast approaches. So if you want to learn more about it, definitely go to prophetchart.com/Python bootcamp, and you'll see that it is 4 weeks of training, 3 months of mentorship, and you will get a solid grasp of how to use the language. And we're going to be working on some projects, not just for what you see, but also things that you might be interested in doing for yourself. So that's it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you got value from it, please do leave a heart, comment, sprinkle this amongst your friends and family that you think would benefit from it. And let me know what you'd like to learn more about with Python. Python pandas, maybe it's data analysis. If you don't know, I did work at Cisco for several years, and the last few years I was there, I was with the data analytics organization, and I had the wonderful opportunity to go through their certification process for data science. And so I have a little bit knowledge in that realm as well. So whatever you're looking for, let me know, because if I don't know it, I probably know someone who can help you. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.